Prentice Penny wasn't kidding about this being shown in a very different way.
I wanna fold clothes for you. I wanna make you feel good. Baby, I wanna do the right thing.
Hey y'all, it's Producer, and today I'm coming at y'all with episode 7 review of season 3 of Insecure, Obsessive Light, and that is super accurate. Issa was really spiraling over this man who definitely ghosted her. Why? I don't know. Maybe that's the whole point. She needs to just move on, like she moved on from Lawrence. But we'll get to that later. First thing I really want to talk about is that there's this person. I was talking to a person on Twitter. Her name is Miss Lee Stanley, and she pointed out that Molly and Andrew's relationship might be a nod to Issa's controversy when she's talking about Asian men and black women should date since they're at the bottom of the totem poles for each gender. And, well, I think it's interesting at first, but I think it's also just Issa Rae just being diverse, you know, being super inclusive. So she just has an Asian man being the love interest. And it also brings up, like, interracial dating ideas. But anyway, I thought that was really interesting. Tell me what y'all think about that. But yeah, on to the obsession, the spiral. So Issa wakes up every single day and she checks her phone like, oh, is Nathan hitting me up? And she does this all the time to see, because she's really pressed about him ghosting her. And it really tears her, okay, maybe not tears her, but it tears her mental state apart. Because in the episode, we get to see her thoughts, what she thinks all the time. And she really, we see how hard she goes on in herself. I mean, like, most people are hard on themselves, like, all the time. I just realized my phone got fixed, so I can be anywhere I want. So I'm gonna be in the smack middle. But yeah, Issa is spiraling. She worries way too much about what, I almost said Lawrence, what Nathan is going to do, and she stalks his Instagram. There's even a moment I was dying. She was like, who is this woman? Going down his freaking Instagram, and she's like, oh, that's his mom. Issa, you should know, black don't crack. But yeah, Issa needs help, and she sort of gets it from Molly because she went to such lengths to find out where Nathan is that she goes to his house. That's also apparently Andrew's house. That's a mess. And she snoops around. She even tries to go on his computer, and then Molly catches her. She's like, she's a mess. Her life right now is a mess. Like, she was even in her pajamas. I didn't even catch that. She just got up and went snooping. And she really, like, talks herself into doing this dumb stuff. Oh my gosh. I want to change the thumbnail of the video. I don't know if I'm going to do that. But a great thing for this episode would be, like, the Tell-Tale Hoe. The Tell-Tale, obsession or something. Because if you ever read The Tell-Tale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, homegirl is really acting like that guy because she is really talking herself into insanity, really obsessing over Nathan. Wow. That's some literary analysis if y'all didn't ask for that, but here's that. Let's talk a little more about Molly and Andrew's relationship. So Molly and Andrew were pretty fine in the beginning of the episode, but then they go on this date. And she had a problem with him making fun of, well, there's two problems. One, she has a problem with him, like, what's the word? Bringing up Dro, you know. But she was like, oh, you can't just talk about Dro like that. You don't know my life. You don't know the situation. I don't appreciate you laughing at it. But you did the same thing about him cheating. Grime recognizes grime. That was a fair statement. And she got really all in her feels about that. And what really bothered me is that when she tried to apologize because Issa roped her into all this mess, she was like, no, you overstepped your boundaries. No, he didn't. You're just hypocritical. You don't like people bringing up Dro and stuff because you're insecure. And Molly, you got bigger fish to fry because Torian has problems. Because Torian, he has something going on. I forgot what it was, but he had to cancel. But you aced that presentation, that's something. But Torian is shading you. He's trying to distance himself from you is what I feel. Because at work, where there was no obstacles with y'all being each other, he freaking acted like you wasn't there. So that's probably a sign that you need to stop trying to be with someone that doesn't want to be with you. You're only being with someone because you want to take a shine anyway. So third character, because they're putting him back into the show. I don't know how I feel about that. Lawrence is going to church, trying to find himself. And Chad got saved. I was dead. He first did it for the girls, but he looks like he actually cares about church. I don't know. But Lawrence, with his, what's the word? I don't know what it is, but he can't do commitment, right? So he meets this girl, and she's pretty nice, and she's really heavily committed to church, and that scares him off. So he and Issa have like a little coffee day at the end of the episode, and that really threw me. I was like, y'all better not try to rekindle these two, because these two are better off being friends, because they're both toxic to each other. Stop it. I'm done with... No, I hate this. I hate this. Y'all better not do this. This is not You're the Worst, okay? Which, if you haven't watched You're the Worst, y'all should watch that. It's not black, though. But I can put y'all on the non-black stuff. It's just this black stuff is the focus of this channel. Oh, let me stop. That looked like Illuminati. I was just saying I'm a Delta. I'm not. This Delta's a sorority. Alright, so... next thing is, I think it's super interesting how they worked in, like, Issa's spiraling, and her talking to herself and the first-person perspective. Like, this episode was really good in illustrating how much she cared about Leighton. Who's Leighton? Nathan. Nathan, and how he meant so much to her. We didn't see too much of her progress on that Coachella. I don't think she ever gave a real name to that. But I'm really interested to see how that goes. I wish they focused on that. That would be more interesting than all these romantic subplots that aren't going anywhere because Nathan ghosted and Lawrence better not get back with her. And, well, I just realized Kelly is single. Wow, they should do more. Actually, that reminds me. Someone said that this season should have focused more on Kelly. I think that was just Latasha. You should follow her, by the way, on YouTube and on Twitter. But, yeah, because that would be more interesting, because we don't know too much about Kelly. She's just a stereotypical, funny, loud black woman. It's bad enough big girls are typecast as the laughingstock, but she's also a black woman, which makes it a double entendre. I mean, a double typecast. Yikes. But yeah, that's what I thought about this episode. Thought it was okay. Yikes. So the camera cut off on me, so I didn't finish what I was gonna say. But yeah, I feel like ever since episode 5, like the quality of the episodes have gone down. Like, it's not as interesting anymore. So I'm hoping maybe the finale will be a lot more exciting and, ooh, what's gonna happen type of stuff. Like, I feel like it's just a bunch of, like, I'm trying not to cuss as much, so I don't want to say the C word tease. Red hair, I'm gonna just say blue balls. That's not too much better, but I feel like these episodes have been blue balling me. And I haven't watched too many other, actually I haven't watched any reviews of episode 7 because I like to, it's like a motivation. Once I finish reviewing my episode and get on YouTube, then I can watch other people, you know? But I wonder if other people feel the same as me. But if you do, tell me in the comments. If not, tell me in the comments. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. If you do not know, I talk about a bunch of black content, black YouTube series, put you on the black YouTube series and other black online content, talk about black TV shows and movies, and I perform poetry. Sometimes it's pro-black, and sometimes I'm not always as pro-black, and you know, just talk about whatever. So yeah, y'all should stick around, and thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all whenever.
You ain't talking money, it's something I don't care about. Black and money minded, they call me a low, let me out. Beyond cloud, I put a rest to the naysay. I only know getting money, my only attack is